Hey everybody, Troy here, and I'm going to be taking you on a ship tour of Holland America's Rotterdam. It's a music-themed ship, and we took 2 cruises on it to Norway, so let's get started. Okay, we'll start from bottom to top, deck 1 first, and I want to note the elevators. There are carpets at the bottom of the elevators indicating each day. They're replaced every day, so if you don't know what day it is, just look down. Now this atrium area, which is usually large and a center of social activity on the ship, is rather small on this one. It's 3 levels, and it is quite beautiful with that sculpture in the middle. The bottom area is usually used for art auctions. Also on deck 1, you'll find the staterooms, which are just past the conference rooms over here. Coming back to midships, you'll find the conference rooms, and there are 3 in total. The Hudson room is mainly a recreation room. For private gatherings, of course. Next door to that will be the Half Moon room, which is another windowed room, but mainly for meetings. These windows here are great to get low-level shots of the ocean. Here's a storm we encountered first day. And lastly, the Stuyvesant room. This is the only one without windows, and it's mainly a meeting space. Moving on to Deck 2 Plaza, we have the World Stage. This is where all the lectures and stage productions are held. Seating is very comfortable, and there are occasional seats that are wide. The screen you see in the back is all for digital display, wraparound, and it's pretty effective. They utilize this on stage productions as well. Right next to this is their beautiful library room. Now, it's not always indicated on some of the maps. A lot of them have not been updated, but it's there. And as you can see, it's quite a beauty. All these books are free to take back to your stateroom. They just ask that you return them at the end of the cruise. This was my wife's favorite public space. The chairs are really comfortable for napping as well as reading. Next starts an area called the Music Walk, and we'll start with Billboard on Board. It's a piano lounge, 2 facing pianos. My son used to love hanging out here. Think Elton John, Billy Joel kind of stuff. And even though alcohol is served here, all ages are welcome. Across from that, Rolling Stone Rock Room. Once again, all ages welcome. And they play alternating sets. In other words, when the Rock Room is playing, Billboard is quiet and vice versa, because they are across from each other. Now this notes bar in between the 2 rooms is interesting because they give tasting workshops and demonstrations. Using different ingredients in the drinks, of course. Next down the hall would be B.B. King's, the biggest and grandest room there. R&B and Roadhouse. And it gets very lively and crowded. Now B.B. King's can play full sets across because the room is separated from the other 2 by a wall. So they can keep playing while another set is going on in the other 2 rooms. Also during the day, this space is used for dance classes and other workshops. Also, this space can be a nice area to take a nap, like those long sofas over there, and just hang out with friends. Further down, you'll find the restaurant reservations desk for the specialty restaurants. And on this level, you'll find 2. The Pinnacle Grill, which is their signature steakhouse. And we've eaten here before, and the food is fabulous, and the service impeccable. Further down across the atrium area is Rudy's Salle de Mer. Now this is their premier French fine dining restaurant. Very intimate. Their seafood, particularly the shellfish, is a specialty here. Across from Rudy's starts the ocean bar area, which actually extends several rooms down. And just beyond that is another bar, the Half Moon Bar, which is of course smaller. Across from this will be Club Orange. It is a separate dining room area for Club Orange members. Access comes with Neptune or Pinnacle suites, or you can buy into this on each individual cruise. The bill of fare is similar to the main dining room, but you don't have to stand in line. You get exclusive service and a more intimate experience. So towards the rear of the ship is the main dining room. It is the only main dining room on the ship, and as you can see, it's really huge. Every time you come in, you'll probably get a different server, different waiter, and a different area to sit in. The food here was always excellent. Plus, unlike the buffet, you get full table service. It's meant to be a slower dining experience, one to savor and enjoy rather than rush through. Proceeding up to Deck 3 Promenade. By the way, you almost always enter the dining room from Deck 2 rather than Deck 3. Just beyond here is the Wonder Photo Shop, where all of your ship photos get processed. To the left is the studio. Unlike a lot of ships, the ship photos are on their computer system, so no looky-loos walking by need to look at your pictures. Moving towards midships in the atrium is the Grand Dutch Cafe. It's one of the only cafes, so it gets quite busy. The food is pretty good here. The apple pie is especially tasty. At the center atrium area, you'll have the guest services desk and future cruises. You get those tags for your disembarkation, whatever your assignment is. Pretty self-explanatory and compact. Outside of the first days, the desk doesn't get that terribly busy. And this area is pretty mellow. It's busy, but not too busy. So for the actual promenade walk, the good news is you can walk around the whole ship. The ends of the ship are not blocked off for crew. The bad news is you're going to see a lot of these lifeboats in the way. There are opening sections mainly at the ends of the ships. And this is a very popular area for people to do their walking exercises. By the way, if you're walking around on a cold night or afternoon, right under here is an air conditioning vent that blows hot air. So it's kind of nice to pass underneath it. And a dog-friendly area to relieve your pet with quite a nice view. Coming round to the back of the ship now. Terrific view from the back. And those windows you see are the dining room. And here is the casino, and the first portion I'm showing you is the non-smoking section. It's actually isolated from the rest of the casino, as you'll see. One side advantage to this room, you're right next to B.B. King's, the third floor balcony area, so you could listen to some cool R&B while you play. And then you just walk out, turn left, down the hall, and you're at the main casino. And this staircase here leads down to Music Walk between Rolling Stone Rock Room and Billboard. Continuing on to Deck 9 Lido, at the rear of the ship, we'll start with the fitness center, which is pretty extensive. Lots of classes and workshops here too. And as you can see, it's pretty well appointed with everything you might need. Now this was on a sea day, early in the morning, so of course it pays to be early to get your workout in. And 2 studio rooms as well. More classes take place at the Lido pool and at BB King's that I've noticed. Now stick around for part 2, where we give you a tour of the spa, the pool area, the buffet, and much more. See you there.